Yes, sir.
Top of the morning to you, brother.
How we feeling?
Oh, you feeling good, man.
Yes.
Feeling good. We got the finals going on, brother. Game 3 is tonight. How you feel about game 1 and game 2?
Game 1 and game 2 slipped out of the Spurs' hands. It's funny because the Knicks scored the exact same amount of points in game 1 and game 2, 105. And so what I'm looking at is clearly Spurs have a lot of dogs. Defense is really, really great. They just have to get smarter on offense. I feel like they're in a situation of fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me again, can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
And so sometimes I feel like in this type of situation, the first game was you fooled me once, shame on me because I was moving too fast. Fool me twice, shame on you. Pretty much what was happening was they were still playing at a good pace, but they slowly started to understand we got to slow the ball down. Now at the end, they had a chance to win it when we kind of got a little bit ahead of his mindset whenever he caught that rebound. It's like he had 14 seconds, he could have dribbled the ball, made a successful shot, or passed to the right person to be able to make it happen. But he was trying to give a quick outlet out there to Castle. Castle actually was looking for the ball
for a minute.
And it was like the quickest, longest minute, if that makes any type of sense, that you can ever have. Where he was like, oh, shoot, well, I guess let me go ahead and get into a lane because clearly you're about to go ahead and bring the ball up court. As soon as he went like that, it was just 1 millisecond too late. You know what I mean? And that type of situation happens, and it appears, now I ain't gonna lie to you, a couple of days ago I said, man, that's it. They ain't gonna come back from that because that's such a heartbreaking loss.
It is.
And then so I had time to kind of marinate it in the last 40 hours. I said, man, you know what? They may be looking at it in such an optimistic way. We're young. We may be young, and sometimes we may play dumb. But one thing's for sure, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. And so them going to Madison Square Garden, I've been seeing a lot of media posts, and they laughing and giggling. I like that for a young team.
Me too.
Because the thing is, take the stress off you. It's still the same sport that you played when you was a little baby.
Absolutely.
When you was in AAU basketball. Just go have some fun. Because the thing is, you think about women being 22, the Castle being 21, Hopper being 20, Champagne only about 26, 25. You know what I mean? The oldest person, De'Aaron Fox, at like 28.
Come on.
It's like, man, they all young and they going to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
But one thing that you never stop doing is having fun and playing hard.
Absolutely.
If you can do those two things with the type of talent they have, optimism should be through the roof because you literally have nothing to lose to this point. So that's why I said, you may be young. You may play the game dumb sometimes. One thing's for sure, you're going to have some fun.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, how do I feel about this game tonight? I got the Spurs. I got the Spurs winning this game, and I got them winning. Honestly, it sounds crazy, but I got them winning in a comfortable fashion by 10 points tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What you think?
I mean, it's a good take, man, and I don't disagree with you at all. I think they're being asked to grow up and mature very fast.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we see often with the young teams when they first kind of crack into that. When they first get to the finals, when they first get past the first two levels of the playoffs, generally young teams, even if they have a electrifying dynamic team, I always in my mind, just historically, right, they got to grow up, right? A lot of times it's tough to go in and learn and grow at the same time to then overcome those challenges in enough time to pull out the victory of a series. Normally, as you're learning on the go, since it's your first time in this arena, first time with this pressure, first time understanding, is different than just making plays. You got to play smart. You got to know when to slow down the ball, when to speed up the ball. You got to sometimes not throw a lob, come across half court when you're gaining momentum to Wemby like they did in game 2.
It was game 2.
And he missed it because he was kind of tired. He's coming down, and Castle comes across and just kind of flicks it up there. It's like that might have been a good play in the regular season because you could afford to miss that, right? But in the playoffs, when every possession counts, you might want to be a little smarter with the ball, right? Now, if he catches it, slams it, okay. But I don't think anybody would have regretted him holding the ball and being a little bit smarter with it and letting his teammates come down, set up, and then make a more intellectual play, right? eat up more time on the clock, maintain the momentum, but that kind of cut it. They were coming back, hitting threes, and all of a sudden, boom, he misses that turnover. They're going back the other way. Yeah, it's just little things, man. You know what I mean? They got a lot of talent, a lot of poise. I'm excited to see how quickly they grow and mature. That's been their pedigree. That's been their identity all season. Growing fast on the go. They've been growing up and maturing all the way through the season. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool to watch. And that's kind of what we're seeing them have to go through, and the challenges that they're facing now in this series, right? First 2 games playing really fast, really aggressive, kind of taking that energy that they were coming from with the OKC series of having to play it hyper aggressive because they're getting bumped on and not getting any love from the refs and just kind of getting mistreated through the Minnesota series, through the OKC series. So now they kind of brought that energy into New York, just hyper aggressive, but it wasn't matched. New York wasn't playing in the same kind of way. So it almost took them out of their element a little bit, right? They were playing a little bit outside of their identity, right? Because they kind of felt like, well, this is playoff basketball, so we got to kind of run it. And I didn't really like a lot of that. I'm like, okay, that's a learning curve, though. On the other side of the basketball court on the New York Knicks, man, the more I hear about these guys, the more I kind of like it, their story. The more I hear about Jalen Brunson, I like Jalen Brunson. Then you hear about Kat mother passing away and him being internally motivated, seeing her presence there. I'm just like, oh, they're pulling the heartstrings. And you hear Josh Hart, he's just a unselfish player, just willing to do anything and everything. He got 15 rebounds, I think, the first game, and he's just willing. They cut his minutes the second game, and gave his minutes to Landry Shamet. Shamet kind of won the game 2. To me, if you want to say who won the game, sometimes those role players have to step up. He dropped 13 points, hit some critical threes in critical moments. That kind of stuff can put the stake in you. Like when you're trying to come back and then, that's the guy you want to leave open because you're trying to cover up everybody else. Mikal Bridges dropped a good 20. He's a walking 20. So and then you got the whole city coming out. The president's coming to the game. Why? They're not coming to see the Spurs win. They're coming because New York hasn't had a finals home game in 26, 27 years. And so you hear the story of New York and you're just like, dang, that'd be so good for the city. And as a basketball lover, not having an iron in the fight, right? It's just like, man, I'm kind of 50-50 either way. I really just want the best team to win. I want them to go out there and compete. I love Wemby's mentality. He said, this is what I asked for. Just the pressure. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people won't understand that. They won't understand that a true competitor wants to earn it. Mm-hmm. True competitor don't want nothing given to them. In order to be the best, we got to beat the best. Mm-hmm. Okay, they got our number. We competed. We hard. We learned a lot. We competed. Hey, and then the ball didn't go our way. This is what we live for. This is why we play the game. The passion of the game. I play to compete. I play for these moments when I got to dig deep. When a band of our brothers. Like that's what makes you cry at the end of a victory. When you had to scrap and claw and grow yourself and push past your limits. That's what makes basketball basketball. That's what makes the championship the championship. That's what makes it heartfelt. That's what makes it what it is. So I love his mentality on that of embracing the pressure. And hopefully those guys can kind of learn from their mistakes from the first couple games, slow things down, and get a win. You know what I mean? I think it should be a competitive series. This is the type of series I would like it to go 7 games. I don't want to see a sweep. I don't want to see these guys get beat up. Even win, lose, or draw. Whether the Spurs win or lose, right? They have nothing to lose because if they do compete, they're going to learn. This is the first time getting in here. I think they'll be back, of course. I think everybody believes they'll be back, right? The Knicks, hey, man, get it done. Get it done. You know, I like to see the consistency out of Cat. That's something we ain't seen in a long time. That's always a question mark. Is he going to be consistent game in, game out? And he's playing like a grown man. He's playing Wemby like he got something to prove. Like, nah, bro, welcome to the league. This is how we play up here, right? He's got size on him. He's a solid 7-footer. And he's not making it easy on Wemby. He's putting that big old body on him. You're going to have to bang, bang, bang me all game long. And if you want to bang, we're going to bang. But you're going to have to earn it. I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing good, tough basketball being played, sometimes sloppy at times, but you can tell both teams are passionate. Jalen Brunson is a solid leader on the New York Knicks, and he is serious and he's locked in. I like that the guys around him are showing poise and maturity. We forget the Knicks have kind of been in the same position the Spurs have been in previous seasons of being just young and kind of trying to make it into playoffs, trying to get over the hump, but learning, kind of beating themselves, learning how to stay consistent, learning how to work amongst each other. And now we're seeing the Spurs get in there and have to do the same thing. Occasionally, a young team does overcome those challenges and actually win.
Yes.
We saw, Giannis do that. If the Spurs can do that, great, man. It's going to be great to see. But whether they do it or not, I think they've said a lot this year, said a lot this season, made a statement, and they have a lot of fans, new fans that just love the way they play. Love that heart on their sleeves, love the aggressiveness, love the way they attack the ball, and they just keep fighting. Even when they were down in game 2 and they fought back, and they were down again and they fought back. You can't count them out. They just keep fighting, and so do the Knicks. And that's why the Knicks are just kind of getting them just a little bit because they just know how to slow it down. That's their maturity.
Yep.
The things that knocked the Knicks out before, they kind of learn from, like, less, so they know how to slow it down, the extra couple passes to eat off 10 seconds off the time so that buzzer kind of goes off before they can get another shot off. Like, I like what I'm saying, man. Who I think wins tonight? You got the president coming out? I think the Knicks, hey, man, shame on you if you give this game away. I would like to see the Spurs get one. I would like to see the Spurs win at least that first game. So we're talking about it be 1-1 right now, not 2-0. I think this is a game for the Spurs to step up, make a statement. You don't want to go down 3-0. You don't want to go down 3-0. You want to create that hole. So I'd like to see the Spurs win tonight. But the cards are in the Knicks' hand. The ball's in the Knicks' court. All right? Ball's in the Knicks' court.
Yeah, it's and I agree with you. It's definitely in their court, literally. And then another thing I was just looking at, it is going to be tough for the Spurs, even though I can still see them winning it in convincing fashion. It's just the fact that there's one X factor. Mike Brown. Mike Brown has been in an emotional situation.
Oh yeah, he knows.
He's played at Golden. I mean, he's been a coach up there at Golden State. You know what I mean? He's had to fill in for Steve Kerr with Steph Curry and Splash Brothers, and he's seen the ups and downs. He's been involved with Cleveland. You know what I mean? When Cleveland had LeBron, so he's played. I mean, he's coached some really great basketball teams, and he's seen a lot of situational basketball.
Yeah,
that changed the game when it comes to putting players in a position to have confidence and comfortability. And that's the one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing tonight is how he makes adjustments for his team tonight against the Spurs. Because the Spurs, the reason why I enjoy this series so much, I love both teams.
Me too.
I love how they both come out swinging.
Oh, man.
They don't stop hooping.
At all.
That's something that I admire as a fan. Right. As a fan. It's like, dang, we missed this type of basketball.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at what I'm looking like. I'm hopeful, wishing, looking at like, hey, Spurs, y'all need to handle y'all business. Everybody and mama that's a true basketball fan want to see 7 games, dog.
I'm telling you.
And I think coming out of OKC was just one of them situations where it was like, well, dang, the reason why we've been hooping the way we have, we didn't know if the ref was going to let us.
Right, we didn't know.
We didn't know if they was going to let us.
We didn't know.
So therefore, we've had to play a little bit more feisty, aggressive, push the basketball and everything like that, hoping that the refs will just let us hoop.
Let us hoop.
Well, here's the thing: the refs been like,
go ahead hoop.
Go ahead and hoop.
Go ahead hoop.
So going to Madison Square Garden, you're down 2-0. Maybe it could be one of those things where it's like, you know what? Maybe we don't have anything to lose. We foul out. We are down 2-0, but we gotta. Let's go ahead and hoop and see what's happening.
Let's hoop.
You feel me?